Oh, hi there. My name's Ian from Electrogenic. We're what we call a retro electric vehicle conversion company. We're based in Oxford, just outside Oxford, at a place called Kidlington. We're here at the moment at the what's it called, the British Motor Show, showing some of our cars. If you'd like to have a look around, I'll gladly show you. So, first of all, we'll take you to this beautiful 1965 Porsche 356C. Which is a beautiful model, a genuine Porsche. It's not a fiberglass body, it's a genuine steel-bodied Porsche. Been restored to a lovely standard, and I'll show you what we've done to it. So if I lift the hood up, there, where we would normally find a fuel tank, we've now got a pack of batteries in there, because this car has been converted to fully electric. And we've retained the spare wheel and a strap, but underneath there there is a set of batteries. And we walk around the car. If you'd like to have a look inside, inside it's still exactly as it came out of the factory. We've altered nothing at all, and we've cut nothing, we've drilled nothing. It's exactly as the car came out of the factory. If somebody wanted to replace it with the original engine, which we've still got, matching numbers engine, we could put it back in if you wanted. We still retain the gear stick, so it still changes gear like a manual. It's a manual car. It's still got 1, 2, 3, 4 gears. Round the back here is where the engine was, which is now the electric motor. Let's have a look at this. It's quite nice to see because it's all on display. We have the electric motor in the middle, which is what we call a Netsgain Hyper 9. There we've got the motor controller, and over there we've got a BMS battery management system and a DC-DC converter. And so the whole thing runs just as it would originally, so changing gears with a clutch. You don't need the clutch to pull away, or you don't need the clutch to stop. But apart from that, it's pretty much as it came out of the factory, but it's now beautiful and it runs electric, and it's clean, it's green, and it's stunning.
Focus, I can't even control it. You know your lips are golden, baby, get me high. Touching me like lightning, yeah, keeping it exciting. You know exactly what to do to blow my mind. You're from another planet. I've never felt like this. I don't know how I ever survived without it. I'm starry-eyed, got me upside down, spinning around you. just keep painting constellations. You cover me in glitter till I'm shining bright. I never wanna leave the sky. The way you made me feel alive. I was in the dark and baby you're the light. You're from another planet. I've never felt like this. I don't know how I ever survived without it. I'm starry-eyed. Got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with them. Take a trip around your body. Boy, I love the way you got me. Starry-eyed, got me starry-eyed. Couldn't fight if I wanted. Flying to places that I never thought I could go. You're a meteor shower, falling down all over me. Yeah, you're making me glow. Couldn't fight if I wanted. Flying to places that I never thought I could go. Starry-eyed, got me starry-eyed. Yeah, got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with them. Take a trip around your body. Boy, I love the way you got me. Starry-eyed, got me starry-eyed. Got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with them. Take a trip around your body. Boy, I love the way you got me. Starry-eyed, got me starry-eyed. Got me upside down, spinning around you. Wanna taste the clouds, dance with them. Take a trip around your body. Boy, I love the way you got me. Starry-eyed, got me
Hi, we're a student team from the University of Cambridge. We built this car, Helia, in order to compete in the 2019 World Solar Challenge across Australia. So this is the race that we took part in, from Darwin down to Adelaide. It's a 3,000-kilometre endurance race, and this is the car that we built. It's a solar-powered car. The race includes teams from all around the world that each build their own solar-powered cars. We were also there with this car as well. This is from Farnborough College, and we were competing against them. But our car is a four-seater. We decided to make it as practical as possible. So you can see that there's very spacious inside. It's got a large boot at the back, and lots of things added for comfort. Whereas a lot of the cars that we were competing against were very uncomfortable and had less space inside. So if you'd like to take a look, we can show you inside the car as well. So you can see on the side that we have a small camera on the outside of the car, and we use that for our wing mirrors. And so if you look inside the car, you can see that this screen here is used for our wing mirror. This is for our driver interface, and that's our rear view camera up there. These are all the controls that we use to control the car. And as you can see, it's very spacious. I'm quite tall and I still fit in the car very comfortably. And on the top of the car, you can see these are all our solar panels that power the car. So when the car is driving at about 80 kilometers an hour, cruising at 80, we can run the car at 3 kilowatts, which is about the same power as a household kettle. And whilst we're driving in the middle of the sun in Australia, we get about 1 kilowatt from the solar panels. So a third of the power used to drive the car can be covered by power from the sun. And as a team of students, we built this whole car in 2 years by ourselves, and all of these companies helped to sponsor the car. And now we're here at the British Motor Show showing it to everyone.
have the OSA Plus here, and we have the OSA Lite just next to it. And these are some of our utilitarian vehicles. So they'd be used by food delivery companies, last mile deliveries, and commuters around cities and local towns. So we've got utility baskets on the front. We can do them with the OSA Plus or the OSA Lite, and you can get baskets that attach to the back as well. And one thing quite cool about the OSAs is all of the attachments are attached by the same bracket. So the headlight and the basket are all attached by the same tube there. So if you knew the dimensions of the tube, you could essentially get anything adapted to fit the bike. And with the brackets, the tube's the same diameter all the way along, so you can slide the bracket up and down the tube to fit what you're looking for. With the battery, it's an 11 kilowatt battery. You've got 2 USB ports on the side and a 12 volt charger, so you can remove the battery and take it to where you need to charge. So if we pull out the cable, so you undo this, you've got a Velcro strap that comes out, and then you take the battery into your workplace and charge it, and there's your USBs and your 12 volt charger. So we've just released, being released on iOS is an app for the OSA. It's called OSA Connect, and it'll have various different functions to operate your OSA. And this is the OSA Lite. So the OSA Lite is essentially the same as the OSA Plus. The only difference between the two vehicles is one is restricted to 30 miles an hour, that's the OSA Lite, and the OSA Plus is restricted to 60 miles an hour, and it's just for different licensing. So you can ride the OSA Plus at 17 years old on a CBT license, and you can ride the OSA Lite at 16 years old on a CBT license. So if we move over, we've got the Colt series. So in the Colt series, we've got the Colt Ants and the Colt Ink Ant, which means on and off-road. So with those vehicles, they're mainly used for green laning, off-roading, but we do have a lot of city commuters using them as well. I mean, we've just developed our own race series. It's called the Cape World Series. We started that in Saint-Tropez, and then the second race was yesterday, and that was in the Gotland Ring. Same with the OSAs, the batteries in the Colts are removable. So this is the battery for the Colt. So it's a 14 kilo battery, and you can either charge it whilst it's detached from the bike, or you can charge it from the charging point here, which is attached to the bike. So with the charge, it takes between an hour and a half and 2 hours for a full charge, and the battery itself can last from 60 to 70 miles, but that's without taking into consideration that we have regen braking technology. So, I mean, I go out green laning, track riding, I've been out for 4 hours at a time and not had a problem with battery. You know, a lot of people ask, because they're electric, can they get wet? Yeah, I've had no problem. I've been in puddles. Most of the time in the UK it's wet. We don't get much sun here. So this is the Colt Ink. It's one of our sort of motocross style bikes. It's 280 Newton meters of torque to the back wheel, and it can do close to 70 miles an hour. It's very similar, it's the same batteries, so it's the same battery life as this bike here. I can show you how the bike operates. So the kill switch is like a jet ski, so you just pop it on, it's by a magnet. And then if you come around here, we can have a look at the bike operating. So you can see you've got your lights showing that the bike's active and ready. You've got a switch just underneath here if you want to deactivate it. And then we'll turn it back on. So on this, you've got handbrakes, because there's no clutch. But on the road legal version, you can have a foot brake. So it just depends what you're looking for. So we have on this bike, we've got, well, on all of the bikes, you've got 3 ride modes and 3 braking modes. So 3 braking modes, 1 would be regen braking off, 3 would be full regenerative braking. Ride mode 1 would be the lowest power and the lowest torque being output to the back wheel. And number 3 would be the highest, you know, full speed, I want to have some fun. So if we go down to the back wheel, I'll show you how much battery we're going to be storing using the regen braking. So if we put it on brake mode 0, like 1, you'll see how long the wheel continues spinning after I let go of the throttle. So then if I'll now put regen braking mode to the full, and you'll see how much power that we would save by using regen. So the difference in time that carried on spinning, all of that battery we would have usually lost, just went straight back into the capacitors in the bottom of here, and it's filled right back into the battery.
Hi, I'm Ankush from Electric Ride, and we're here selling our electric vehicles at the British Motor Show. Run you through the bikes. We've got a range of 3 different bikes. This one in particular is called the Milano. Milano will set you back about £2,895, not too bad. Fully electric. Get a range of 70 miles on this one, which is more than you'll really need. But yeah, top speed 70 miles an hour. 60 miles an hour actually, but you can get 70 miles an hour. Not meant to tell you that really, but yeah. Brushless motor, full way through. Really smooth, really balanced. It's the perfect transitional vehicle between the traditional petrol 2 strokes, 4 strokes and new EVs. So if you're ever looking to transition into an electric vehicle, we've got you covered. So make sure you check us out. Got anything else to say?
Yeah, so obviously we'll show you through the specs of the bike. So this is the Milano. So this one has a 4,000 watt battery, 72 volts. That's the battery here. It's extremely easy to charge. One connection, there's no special connectors, it just plugs in. And it's ready to go. So if you were to take it to work, you can pull it out. It comes with a 13 amp 3-pin charger that you can plug into any normal household socket, and it will get from 0% charge to full charge. So that's the 0 miles range to 70 miles in 6 hours.
That 70 miles is also based on the fact that you're going
full speed,
the whole time,
which most people are never ever going to do. To turn it on, once the battery is in, just turn the fuse on, and the bike is pretty much ready to go.
Put it on the stand and you can show him how quickly it gets up to speed.
Yep. Well, I'll show the ODV port. ODV port. Yeah. You can show them both. Yeah. So, if there's any issues with the bike, it actually comes with a diagnostic port if you want to have a look. So you can plug in the Bluetooth, the ODV2 reader, just like you have in the cars. And it will throw up any codes if there is any issues, which again is very unlikely. So far, touch wood, we've been extremely nothing with not having any issues.
No issue.
Right. You got a little storage compartment there, and also obviously you have storage here. It's got a range of accessories from customizable paint options to, you know,
back boxes, front racks, rails, new mirrors, whatever you really need to make the bike your own.
Yeah.
So, really comfortable piece of kit, but it's also very fast, because I know we're at a motor show, people want to see some speed. Do it on the blue one, how about that?
Yeah, sure.
Get a different one. Yeah.
So they also have a torque restriction, so we're going to show you the difference. They're both the same bike, both are the Milano range. But what we've done with that one is we've plugged in the torque restrictor, so it doesn't, when you know, electric bikes are known for their torque. So obviously when you get on the throttle a little bit, there's very minimal movement needed to actually get the bike going, and it can throw a lot of people off. So if you come over here, I'll show you the speedo. Now, when he yanks the throttle with the bike going from standstill, you'll see it slowly graduate the miles an hour. It slowly goes up.
The low gear and the high gear. Yeah. The low gear basically is for city driving. If you're restricted to 30 miles an hour, it'll keep you there and you'll save a bit of charge and mileage that way. So that takes us to 30. Obviously there's no load weight on there at the moment, but it's fairly accurate, it's still quick. Got a high gear also. This is for your A roads. Faster whenever you need to go a bit quicker, you're good. But fast as a tester, this is. Straight there. That's with no load. So.
You take the torque restrictor off?
Yep.
I explained the torque restrictor on. This is already on. It's all good.
Ah, right. Sorry, off.
Yeah.
So you can do the torque restrictor off as well. Instant torque is it does make it a little bit difficult for some people to ride it, because as soon as you pull the throttle, as you just saw, it wants to go. So you definitely, for safety's sake, you want to keep the restrictor on so that it gradualises as you're riding off and you get up to speed safely.
Smooth progression of acceleration.
Keeps it safe, keeps everyone good. So the difference, if you can tell now, so again I'll start off on a lower gear, take it out apart, and say it gradualises it. See the difference? That's on a low gear. On a high gear, similar, but it will just take you up. So that's where it kicks in there. Yeah, good piece of kit, very reliable. So if you're ever in the market for one, yeah.
Welcome to JLC. We are a company an engineering company. We do an awful lot of work at airports with ground power systems, 400 hertz, blast doors, security systems and such. And as an extension of that, we decided to go into the electric market with these electric vehicles. The particular truck here is called the Orca. It comes in from China in kit form. We build it up into a complete unit, and it's then sold on to places such as airports, to councils, anybody that needs a small convenient truck. The rear of the truck can be either in the box form, flatbed, it can be a refrigerated unit, and as you can see, it's quite spacious. This particular one is the carrying capacity of 1,000 kilograms. It's also been fitted on this occasion with a refrigerated unit, which is also electric powered as well. The side door and two large doors at the back for easy access. Fully electric, range 125 miles, top speed over 50 miles an hour. And the idea is that being the type of vehicle that you would use during the day, not for long distances, for short trips, and then charge it up overnight.
I'm here breaking my neck, looking over my shoulder. Stepped into your skin, got me tripping over myself. Figured I would say something, passing the time. If you come on over here, we could be on the same side. Same side, same side. Same side, same side. Same side, same side. Same side, same side.
Very similar to the Orca van you've just seen. Slightly different in the sense that the payload is 500 kilograms. It's a very neat, small, compact vehicle. It's quite narrow. We offer it with two types of batteries. So one is 13 kilowatt, which gives you a range of 65 miles. If you go for the 26 kilowatt, then you have a range of 125 miles. Once again, you would use it during the day for short business, for short trips, and then at the end of the day you would charge it up. And it has a range of around about, say, 125 miles in its bigger capacity. Once again, with the rear, it can be offered as a flatbed. It can have a box on the back for security, or we can build up anything else that meets your particular configuration. Inside, it's two-man. Air conditioning is an optional extra. It's standard on the Orca vehicle, but just like and very simple to drive. Reverse, neutral, and park. Top speed 50 miles an hour.